What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today we've got some brand spankin' new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, revealing official information. And this week was absolutely insane for new information. And so, let's get started. But just before we do, guys, as you can see, I have quite the bodacious beard, and to take care of it, I use the Manscaped Beard Hedger. Now,
wait, isn't that new?
Yeah, it's brand new, just came out. Now,
wait, what were you using before?
I was just using a Manscaped lawnmower before.
Isn't that what you used to trim, like, down there?
Yeah?
You used it for both?
Yeah, like, I washed it in between.
Oh my god!
Why?
You kissed me with that mouth!
What's up? What do you mean? It's a good razor!
Oh my god!
So, yeah, she left. So that is why you need the Manscaped Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Turns out some people may not appreciate that you out there have been using the same razor on your head as your other head. And the Beard Hedger Pro Kit has got everything you need. It's got your beard shampoo, beard conditioner, beard balm. It comes with a beard brush, beard comb, beard shears. Really, everything you need. Use one thing on your beard, take care of it, and click the link in the description down below. That's going to get you 20% off your purchase and free international shipping. Don't get caught doing what I did. Alright, now what's been going on this week with Destiny 2? Again, so dang much. But in-game, you should know that the Duality dungeon is currently farmable. And if you do the final boss fight over and over again, that is the best way to get Artifice armor in the entire game. And very recently, Bungie actually confirmed that Artifice armor was changing with the build crafting system. It will no longer offer an extra mod slot, but instead it will give you +3 to whatever stat you want. So if you have all Artifice armor, that's +15 in total stats, and that can be very useful. But we weren't quite sure if it would transfer over into the new system or you would have to farm it again. Well, as you can see right here, the Destiny 2 team official Twitter account confirmed that the Artifice armor will change retroactively, so 100% worth farming right now. Okay, moving on from there, guys, so much information dropped this week. On Tuesday, Bungie officially unveiled Strand. So they actually dropped, first of all, a gameplay trailer showcasing a lot of the new abilities for all three of the different classes. They followed that up with a press release, and lastly, they followed it up with an in-depth article talking about a lot of these abilities in depth and also showcasing new Strand Aspects and Fragments that we're going to be able to build craft with next season. Now, I already made a video breaking all this information down. Check it out, it's linked up above. But some of the highlights were as follows. For the Warlock Broodweaver, they're actually going to be controlling these strand creatures called threadlings that will go forward and jump and attack nearby enemies. They actually have an aspect that will spawn them every single time you use your rift. Very, very cool. Now, for the Hunter, the highlight for me is that it actually has a melee threaded spike that will bounce between enemies and come back to you. And then if you press the melee button again at the right time, you'll regenerate your melee, literally catching it in midair and being able to throw it again, essentially. And then for the Berserker, they've got an aspect where if they destroy a tangle, something left behind by defeating strand-affected enemies, they spawn woven mail, so extra protection, extra damage resistance for themselves and nearby allies, a huge degree of survivability. However, guys, with this reveal, there was actually a ton of controversy. And that's because a huge amount of Destiny 2 players actually criticized mainly the Strand Titan. You see, like I said, the Warlock is controlling broods of these new creatures. The Hunter is whipping around their rope dart and, grappling and doing all this crazy stuff. And then the Titan is just kind of a standard melee-based Titan, especially after we just got a melee-based roaming super with stasis. It doesn't really seem like the Berserker Titan is that different than stuff we already have in-game right now. In fact, Bungie was so heavily criticized and memed on, I may have gotten into the memes slightly, I will say, that they actually had to come out with a statement, as you can see right here from the Destiny 2 team account, which says, "We've been monitoring recent impressions around the new Strand Berserker Titan. The team understands the landscape of our Titan supers during development and has made sure the Strand Titan offers new gameplay opportunities to make it feel fresh compared to previous subclasses. As always, we'll be watching the reactions once everyone gets hands-on when Lightfall launches and monitoring your feedback." So the fact that they got so much pushback they had to come out with a statement is probably not good, especially during a time where everyone should just be excited. But in a lot of players' heads, and I'm sure a lot of you guys watching know, melee-focused builds are kind of hard to make work in endgame content. Yes, it looks cool in a trailer, but try it in a Grandmaster and you're going to be absolutely decimated. Not many melee-focused classes have kind of broken through into the PvE meta, certainly. So again, we don't know everything. There's aspects and stuff we are not aware of still, so it could be more powerful than it appears within this article. Additionally, guys, and this leads into the new huge thing that came out this week, Bungie is capable of adding new aspects and fragments to the game to spice up existing subclasses. So if it's truly underwhelming, perhaps they'll give it some love at a later date. However, like I said, yeah, new fragments are actually coming to the Light 3.0 subclasses. So Void, Solar, and Arc are getting brand new fragments when Lightfall drops. And this came with another huge thing this week. Bungie unveiled the balancing changes, so the buffs and nerfs coming to abilities with the Lightfall expansion. And of course, guys, I did a full video breakdown linked up above, so check that out if you haven't. But some quick highlights here. Ward of Dawn and Thunder Crash are getting nerfed for PvP. And the new fragment that everyone is absolutely freaking out about on Twitter right now is for Void. It's called Echo of Vigilance. Defeating a target when your shields are depleted grants you a temporary Void overshield. So basically, in PvP, that's saying, hey, you win a gunfight, and likely you've been shot during that gunfight, so you have no shields, you get an overshield. That's kind of similar to what the Titan One-Eyed Mask exotic helmet, right? You win a gunfight, you get an overshield. You get this advantage in health, so you're able to win perhaps another gunfight, which would probably put you at no shields and give you yet another overshield. Like, people are really concerned that this is an absolutely incredible advantage for the neutral game. This is going to come up again almost every single gunfight, and it's going to become an almost must-use within PvP. Almost all of the neutral game improving exotic stuff like the One-Eyed Mask has had to be nerfed not just once but usually several times. So that's absolutely a new fragment to keep your eye on. But guys, moving on from there to the brand new information within the TWAB. First of all, there has been devastating earthquakes in Syria and Turkey, and Bungie is doing their best to support the people affected in those regions. So they are calling on the Destiny community to support this cause as well, guys. If you donate $25 or more at this link, which of course the TWAB is linked in the description of this video, you will then get this brand new exclusive emblem, the Compassion Concentric emblem. So support a great cause and get some exclusive in-game swag. But moving on from there, guys, the next thing they talk about is very interesting: latency and lag. They say earlier this season we started investigating a new latency issue. The end effect you would see is one or more players standing against a wall or not taking any damage for several seconds, teleporting across the map and possibly killing you. Yeah, welcome to Iron Banner, basically. After learning that this could happen even in private matches, we were able to eliminate the new matchmaking changes as a possible cause. Okay, well, they're not, come on, Bungie, you haven't eliminated it completely. We then looked at new features as the possible culprit, and after ruling those out, we started looking at external sources. Essentially, they found that something at Steam, the Steam datagram relay, was not kind of configured properly and was actually causing some of these lag spikes, and they provided a breakdown of the connection changes in the start of Season 19. Importantly, they say the problematic relays were taken offline at 3 p.m. last Friday, pending a more thorough investigation, and this appears to have resolved the immediate issue for players. So you should be experiencing less lag in Destiny 2 right now because they fixed this, which is obviously a great thing. But guys, moving on from there, with Strand, a brand new element entering the game, obviously we have so much stuff that affects elements that it itself is going to be affected by. And one of those things is finishers. So as you can see right here, Bungie actually provides a preview of what one of the finishers is going to look like if you're using Strand. So you get this green effect, and this effect obviously will change color depending on your element. Now the same thing is going to apply to the Solstice armor sets that have glows that change color corresponding to your subclass. As you can see right here, they're now going to feature a new awesome like green Strand glow. If of course you're using the Strand subclass. And here are some of the other things getting updated appearances with Strand. But moving on from there, guys, there's a lot of practical things that are changing as well, not just fashion. So here are all of the different things where Strand putting it on is actually going to affect gameplay. Stuff like chain reaction, cluster bombs, dragonfly, right? Those are going to cause Strand damaging explosions, right? One of the things that stands out to me is that the bombardiers are actually on here. So they actually have a different effect depending on your subclass. So likely they're going to drop a whole different kind of Strand bomb when Lightfall launches. Very cool. Next up, guys, a very important change here. They are completely changing the resources required to craft weapons. So in Lightfall, they say as part of an initiative to integrate weapon crafting into the broader core economy, we will be completely removing resonant elements from the game. Standard currencies such as glimmer, enhancement cores, etc. will replace the element costs that exist today. They say we're also going to be removing the deep sight attunement objective altogether, and then they say the resonant and harmonic alloys will still be used at launch. However, they're planning to overhaul these currencies later in the Lightfall year. Ascendant alloys will remain for now. And then guys, next up, there's a brand new Prime Gaming drop. So you're going to get the Sunshot exotic hand cannon, an exotic ornament for it, the exotic Jotun Sparrow, and a ghost projection. They also say an additional surprise. And then guys, the last thing we're talking about today is that recently Bungie unveiled a competition to choose the next Festival of the Lost 2023 armor sets. So as you can see right here, it was between the spider armor sets on the left and the beetle armor sets on the right. But this time the community could vote on individual classes. So do you want spider or beetle for the Titan, Hunter, or Warlock? The results are in, guys, and here they are. So Hunters had 56% vote for Team Spider, then Titans were Team Spider by 72%, which makes sense, like Team Spider for Titan looks so much better. And then, funny enough, Warlocks actually broke the mold with Team Beetle winning 53% of the vote. So, Hunter and Titans, you're gonna have the Spider set armor, and then Warlocks are gonna have the Beetle set armor with the next Festival of the Lost. Oh, and there was one more vote that happened. Players chose the next Trials of Osiris map. Radiant Cliffs won with 44% of the vote, and that's going to be the map starting tomorrow. Guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.